That's the other one that both have marked.
Yes, they've.
And
killed
then there's good stuff like buy all 6 unique shop items in there.
Ah, so that's why Huffpuff bought the first item.
I don't think that would be one that they want to go for. There's also 2 items from Stockwell's shop. That is way more likely to be a reason for Huffpuff to have gone for that. As well as a 500 bullet, so nice synergy there, although they aren't close.
Their paths through the Minish village at the moment have been really close. Like Huffpuff decided not to go into Deepwood instead. They did a little bit more in town, and yeah, NesmaN stuck their nose into Deepwood just to check the first item. I didn't see what the first item was. I assume it was a small key and they just didn't want to go further. If it was a map, that means that, yeah, they have to come back with either the lantern or the gust jar. So then they know that that first item in Deepwood isn't useful, whereas Huffpuff hasn't done that.
Yeah, so they both got what? The grip ring, bomb, sword, no bottle on spin. Right now they have flippers to go
There's
to
a dog,
Trilby, no
dog food.
Yeah, no, they don't have a bottle to go to Krenner.
Well, there's a
second sword on sword. But still, yeah, no, they got a spin attack.
Yeah, they do have a spin attack, so they're looking for one more sword, so they have a red sword. But they do have just a lot of stuff they could do right now. They don't have lake access at the moment. They still need something else to let them do that. But they do have 2 Castican stones.
Yeah, though they wouldn't have a way to traverse Castor even if they got a red sword for access.
Yeah. Yeah, just going to be checking Lon Lon now. NesmaN doing the pot whilst Huffpuff goes into the Goron Cave.
Yeah, I mean, both of those you want to do from that quick war point at North Minishwoods.
Yeah,
right?
they're just doing them in the opposite order from each other. Oh, Huffpuff's setting the quick warp at town instead, so they can check.
Yeah, I guess they don't have access to lake, so they're done with North Minishwoods. The only reason you would not want to do that is if mids are right here. Or I guess Cape. But since we've already seen it's nothing.
Need... Oh. I was going to ask for the password for the bingo room, but I realised he's doing it.
Yeah, let me DM that to you instead.
No, I was going to ask you to DM it to me, but you'd already sent the DM.
Oh, that is not the bingo sync room they are using, but that has the same seat, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So, Restream still can't see the bingo board, I don't think. We will talk about the goals as they are getting closer to ones, I guess. There's all 11 Dojo items on there, but I guess they would be doing this anyway, since they don't really have that many options remaining right now, do they?
I don't think they do.
Yeah, like I was very distracted at the beginning with the tech issues, but I think they both did like tingle trees and.
No, they haven't done any tingle trees at all. They did.
No?
They stayed in the south and did Minish Loop.
Okay,
now
so
they're
there's
doing
a bit
some
more
town.
stuff in the north.
Yeah, they can go north, check out DHC Castle area and Trilby as well. That's basically the stuff that they haven't done yet.
Yeah, so drowning a chicken on Huffpuff's side there. Oh, Velford's Kinstone. That does give a few checks, though they aren't in logic. I wouldn't care this time.
You may see a couple of layout refreshes because Trez is trying to get the bingo board to show up.
right?
On restream.
Yeah.
There's a long ranch key, so that is lake access.
Yes, so they get the first ruby path and droplets and a few checks around that. I would still go to Velfords first. Like, if you're just getting out of Logic Sword, then it gives you so much.
And with some remote bombs.
But yeah, the Velfords Kingstone is also a square on the bingo board, so the Huffpuff is aware that NesmaN found that somewhere.
Yeah, they both hit the Killer Pesto at roughly the same time. Oh, and there's
a cape!
Yeah.
That's interesting. That is also like access.
yeah, a different form with more application.
I mean,
Yeah.
in Lake, not... Yeah, it's one more item in Lake, it's 2 items in Town, and that's it for now, I think, but...
Oh, they get the Lon Minish Crack as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, they don't have Cane to access that otherwise, so it's that as well. But more than that, it's also just a really good item and good to find early. And will speed things up, unless NesmaN happens to find that soon. Which, it looks like NesmaN is making that play for Velfords. Yeah, going for the out of logic checks. Yeah.
Here we go. We've got the bingo board up on the restream now.
Nice. So yeah. Those golds are marked ahead of where we are on restream, but otherwise you can see what golds are on there.
So yeah, we got a little bit of a spoiler going on, so we kind of know what they're going to do in the near future. That's Huffpuff picking up their Velfords Kingstone as well.
I mean, I'm not surprised that they're going to go into droplets.
Yeah.
So I guess the only spoiler is that they will find a mushroom. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that right here on the rupees soon.
Yeah. So yeah, what goals? Let's talk about the board a little bit. We've got a Kill Vati reward in the top left corner, which they probably don't want to do.
No, I think the ones you want to skip, like, are the lines involving Kill Vati and the buy all 6 unique shop items.
Yes.
And then from the other ones,
because you're gonna get 500
both
wallet.
diagonals, which isn't great. So you gotta check from the 3 remaining rows and columns which 3 you want to do.
All 11 dojo items isn't too bad. It's mostly gonna be getting all the scrolls so that you can do Swiftblade the First in the swamp.
Yeah, since they got flippers early, the waterfall dojos aren't a problem. They will need a cane and a bow as well. As like castle access, sure, obviously, but castle access is not something you will not get during a siege, versus the bow can be later, as can the cane. So those are the ones that I would worry about there. I guess the boots as well.
There's 4 Palace of Wind small keys, and we possibly may not even see anyone touch Palace of Winds at all, so that's also going to be a rowing column you want to skip, or not go after.
Which does then, like, once you say, okay, we're not doing those 3, you do limit your options quite a bit.
So what items are required? Well, it's this round's a little bit more complicated because it's bingo. So we need the items that the bingo board wants.
Yes. Though like there are sometimes sports where it's like, oh, you can't actually get triple bingo without like all caster instance or something. So I'm not sure if we have anything like that on here.
Yeah, because it's both a combination of the randomness of the bingo board and the randomness of the seed. Towards the beginning, you kind of don't care too much about the bingo board and just focus on getting the items in the seed. And then there's like a... Yeah.
You do look out for easy squares to get on the way, but other than that, yes, you just play the seed.
It's not lockout. It's not lockout, so it's not like your opponent... Like, NesmaN hasn't died yet. It's going to be an easy one. They can just do it at any point later on.
Yeah, like when going to Krenel.
Yeah, like if you're going by Krenel's probably the best place to die because of the...
Like they're already at high enough health that you don't want to really spend time dying elsewhere, but Krenel is fast to die on.
Yeah. But yeah, there's like a... there's like always a point... nearly an hour into the seed where the entire seed just opens up and you just get given a ton of items, which just opens up what you can do massively, and then you have to really start thinking about how what bingo goals are you going to go for, and it's trying to figure out what's your what goals do you go for to secure a triple bingo.
Yeah, like right now they want to find like good items to help them progress, so like a red sword is probably top on the list. A bottle for Krenel access. And then, like, mids are great to find. Cane is good.
What item locations are randomized? Basically, inside dungeons, it's all chests. Anywhere that a small key would be located, and any freestanding rupees. In the overworld, it's most chests. There are certain chests that don't actually have random items because of reasons.
Well,
like they're reobtainable.
Yeah, so the chests in the hearth or whatever, because they are not actually like one-offs, aren't randomized, but pretty much everything that's like an item location that has a flag associated with it, so you can only do it once.
Yeah, a permanent
with a few
location.
exceptions is randomized. The exceptions being what we call obscure spots, which are things hidden underwater, things hidden underground, and things hidden in normal-looking pots.
So there's
with
a pair
the
of boots.
exception of the London pot and the item that's in vanilla as a smoky in Temple of Droplets.
Oh yeah, as they're required for a playthrough of the game, like the developer intended that you should be able to get those.
Yeah, and like otherwise, those items, because they have no indication of being there, and you actually have to just know about them from elsewhere, they are considered obscure spots and not randomized in this run settings, at least.
For example, where Huffpuff is in Temple of Droplets right now, there are they went past 2 waterfalls. At the bottom of those waterfalls, there are actually 6 underwater rupees. Those rupees are not randomized in these settings, but if we had obscure locations turned on, they would be randomized.
Yeah. And since this is a variety tournament, there are rounds where those are on, so these runners would probably know most of those, but
yeah, we had
in
that
this round,
in round one. Round one was pretty hectic with all of those underwater spots. Yeah, there's roughly about 400 item locations when you have max settings.
Isn't it like 400 in race settings even?
I think it's 400 in race settings, isn't it? And it's like 450.
I thought it was 440 in race settings. So a few more in these since we have pet items, and then more in with obscure spots thrown in the mix. I don't know how many obscure spots there are, like 20, 30-ish?
Oh, okay.
There's that mushroom that
with a really convenient power bracelets as well. The power bracelets were on the cape spot in the middle of the lake.
Yeah, which is really convenient if you have cape before coming here.
And a bottle as well from NesmaN, Wave Blades. Huffpuff's about to do that as well.
Okay. That was on the 10 heart reward, or?
It was on the 10 heart reward.
Well, that's a fun one to work out of its progression, I guess. No, it's the first bottle, it should be.
Yeah, all of the other bottles gonna be on Chronal now.
Yeah. I mean, we had a seed that had a bottle on Waveblade, but it actually wasn't their first bottle, and it wasn't logically ever anyone's first bottle.
Yeah, if you're unaware of this randomizer and it's the first time you're watching it, this randomizer is most similar to A Link to the Past out of all of the other Zelda randomizers. Very fast-paced with lots of items very rapidly.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's more fast-paced than Link to the Past randomizer,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Like,
but it's probably furthest away from like Majora's Mask.
Sure. But what, Link to the Past render is like 130 checks in... How much do you usually take? 1.5, 2 hours?
Hour half, hour 40.
Hour half, yeah. So... not quite as dense as this game. Which makes it a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, all we're looking for right now is a red sword, and then we can go to Western Woods, where there are 40 items, or nearly.
Yeah, it's not quite 40, I don't think, but...
It's like 36.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, no, if you count the Tribute Rupee Cave, maybe it is 40 or something.
It's 36 in Western Woods and Trilby that are locked by the red sword. If you have everything else needed to check everything there.
So, if you have the lantern and the bomb bag.
Yeah, lantern and bomb bag.
Which lock 3 checks between each other. So it's not like if you don't have them, you won't find a lot of things in Western Woods.
Lantern never locks anything in Western Woods.
Clearly not.
We know one of these runners won't be checking Percy, which is the location that is locked by the lantern in Western Woods, and that's Huffpuff, as they have a severe hatred for the guy.
So yeah, I guess since they now got the bottle, the next step would probably be Krenner. Like, they have a grip ring. You can get to the beanstalk. It feels
Do you
like
want to
a good
do
tip.
that, or do you want to go up... Oh, yeah, they've already checked Waterfalls, what we're talking about.
Yeah, they have checked Waterfalls out of logic. I don't think it had much. Maybe the Cut of Metal was there. I think that had a Kinston behind it. Actually, only NesmaN has that. Has Huffpuff not gone up Waterfalls?
I think only NesmaN did go up Waterfalls, and it didn't turn out to be useful at all.
Yeah, no, it had...
Maybe
like,
maybe Huffpuff is staying in logic.
Which isn't a bad call. Like, if you skip the lantern that way, it can tell you about where it is if you find something behind it, but it's also... If you just want to find that lantern, you probably don't want to go out of logic there.
Yeah, exactly. It's like if you don't have the boots and you're looking for boots for Go mode, you wouldn't do out of logic Minish checks in Lake, because they wouldn't have your boots.
Yeah. I mean, if you're just looking for Go mode, absolutely. But then if you're not, and you do those and you find a cane or something there, suddenly that tells you a lot about where boots can't be, right?
Yeah, you definitely need to be paying attention when you do these out of logic things and make
Yeah.
extra note on the items that you pick up.
Which, I think in this case, was just the Carl of Metal leading to a Cloud of Skinstone. And...
Ooh, there's a Gust Jar, locked by boots in Castle Garden.
Yes, what does the Gust Jar give them right now?
Deep
How many... Yeah, deep... Sure, they do have deep wood access. I was going to ask how many small keys we found in droplets, but I don't think it was all of them.
We found 2, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, they both found two.
They
and
both
the
have
big
two.
key.
So
Well, obviously, big key.
while you could use the gust jar to go through droplets the vanilla way, it isn't in logic.
Yeah,
but
they
yeah, this
only.
looks like a criminal play from Huffpuff, and
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if NesmaN did the same.
Yeah.
Like the gust jar does also help you there, right?
Yeah, the gust jar is going to definitely be helpful for NesmaN. They both have remote bombs, but you always are a little bit cautious when coming into Krenel with only 10 bombs.
Yeah, it's better since they have the grip ring.
Yes. And
So
the cape as well. The cape, grip ring, and the gust jar all help for not having to use as many bombs. But yeah, this tracking for this game is incredibly difficult because of how fast-paced it is. So we do really recommend that people use auto trackers, and both of the runners here are using auto trackers.
You can run the game without an auto tracker. I wouldn't recommend trying it without a tracker at all. At least not until you know it well.
Yeah. And we also have a option enabled with the current build that we're using for the tournament, which shows recently collected items in the bottom left, specifically items like kinstones and small keys and scrolls that would that have a little text pop-up appear for a very short period of time and would normally be hard to spot. Which makes it much easier to tell what item you've just picked up.
Yeah, that is a change that is going to be in a future version of the Rando, and then I just took it and backported it to the tournament version that we're using for this, since it is so helpful when watching a race to be able to see those.
Yes, we do have
like the
Cave of Flames
Cloudstone
access.
on NesmaN side right there, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Because, yes, when you pick it up, the text box shows you that it is a kinstone for Cloudtops. But text goes by so fast in this game, you're never catching that.
Yeah, and it's been artificially sped up as well to be even faster than the vanilla version. Just because text is slow, we don't have all day.
Yeah, it is one of the nicer features, definitely, but... So they found the magical boomerang up on... Or NesmaN did find the magical boomerang up on Crane Beanstalk. I think that's on the card.
Oh yeah, that's a magic boomerang.
That was on the card, right?
Yes, it is on the card. What other single item goals are there on the card? I'm surprised
we have
none of
digging mitts.
Yeah, digging mitts.
The flipper's butterfly. I guess the 30 bomb bag counts. The 500 bullet is similar enough.
Rockbreaker.
The Vayfall's Kinstone they already got. Rockbreaker.
There's Killer Helmasaur, which I'm actually no. Okay. They both skipped the cave that had the Helmasaur in it because they have the cape.
NesmaN's going to go past some Helmasaurs here.
NesmaN's doing a bit of a play right now by going the long way to Cave of Flames. This path that he's going through is going to have no items apart from right at the end. If Huffpuff decides to leave and finds the cane somewhere else, they're going to save a couple minutes by just not having to go through this section that NesmaN has.
Yeah, the flip side of that is if Huffpuff decides to leave and the cane is locked behind this,
ouch.
You will have to climb up the wall again, which is also a couple minutes. So.
Luckily, I'm not playing.
And there's a Helmasaur dead.
They should choose correctly. Yep, there's NesmaN's Killer Helmasaur. So that tells Huffpuff is like, okay, NesmaN is overhearing Krenel as well.
Yes. There are Helmasaurs as well. Right?
They're in Simon. They're only in Simon.
In Simon. You could do it that way.
But you'd have to do multiples of those fights.
Well, you would have to do the first and then go to... It's either the second or the third. It's not that bad to get to Helmasaurs. Okay, it's the fourth, but... Yeah, so you would...
NesmaN did kill a Helmasaur. He didn't just walk... He walked past the ones because
he walked past one after he killed another.
Yeah.
He left one there after he killed his friend. Yes, technically it is possible for a magical boomerang to be required, and I guess, like, OpenDHC is the most likely world for that to happen, but it still means that all your other ranged items are locked behind a Force Sword. So that doesn't feel likely, exactly. Okay, Huffpuff did decide to leave. Is now going to find that Gust Star, so we'll probably take that to Deepwood now.
Yeah, or Temple of Droplets.
I wouldn't.
Out of logic. I don't think Temple of Droplets is the best call, but
like,
it's an
you
option
want to find
right
the
now.
lantern before going back to Droplets.
I think you would still be doing that instead of going to Cave of Flames, especially after bailing. But you'd do other stuff first. You'd probably full clear town and Steepwood first before going to Droplets, and then make your way up Chronal. Or at least that's how I would do it if I'd bail from Cave of Flames this early. But yeah, we've got our races matched up color-wise. Oh, there's an Ocarina.
Okay, that is helpful.
There's an Ocarina for NesmaN and another bomb bag. That is pretty big.
It is, although it's still, if Huffpuff finds the cane soon, like if the cane is right at, like in Deepwood, on like in one of the few front checks or whatever, Huffpuff will still save a bit of time, I think. But yeah, if it gets any later than like soon for Huffpuff to find the cane, then NesmaN probably saved time even if it's not required to do the vanilla path. Just from the movement with the Ocarina. Speeding things up.
Yeah, absolutely. The Ocarina is such a huge item to find purely for the time save.
Okay, Huffpuff is going to go to Vale Forts first, which NesmaN has already done. And there's another sword in Cave of Flames. At least there's a visible item that looks like a sword in Cave of Flames.
Is that?
Get that? You don't ever need a cane to get to that point, unless it's like Keys Energy. So, assuming that that sword is real, that will be Westernwood's access for NesmaN. Which makes it way more likely that this vanilla climb is actually required.
Yeah, it does look like it at this point. What else is there? There's like Fountain and Simon.
But there's Deepwood.
Deepwood.
We've seen one check in Deepwood, there's all of the rest.
Deepwood, yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's the biggest. There's one check on Grego. You could go out of logic in Droplets. That could lead to a sword. Like, there's checks in Cloudtops. I think NesmaN went up Vale Forts before the Cape, right?
Yeah, before Cape. So Huffpuff has the option to check. I think they will do it. They'll do a save scum.
Yeah, I would. In this situation. And yeah, NesmaN's now just going to check if that sword is real. Which it is. So that's a red sword for NesmaN. And Huffpuff did not go up to Cloudtops.
They did not.
So, where's
They're
Huffpuff
bailing
going?
from a lot of locations right now.
I mean, Cloudtops is out of logic and you don't have mids. I get why you don't want to do it. like, Huffpuff has the Gust Jar to follow things up on in logic.
Yeah, personally, I feel when you've got even if you don't have the Ocarina, you can always do the save scum.
Yeah, if they had mids, I would absolutely agree.
Wait, is NesmaN killing himself here? Oh, this is really
This
slow.
is really slow, yeah, no.
That is not a fast way of doing this.
You could just go outside Cable Flames and kill yourself on Krenner in the dust.
Yeah.
And that is way faster.
Yeah, NesmaN did kill himself with a remote bomb at the end there.
Sure, but
it's still
you don't want to
slow.
take all your health off with remote bombs, that's way too slow. Or rather, it takes way too many bombs, right?
Yeah, you would... bombs only deal half a heart of damage, so... You would have to waste a lot of bombs if you're on more than 10 hearts.
I'm sure you've accidentally killed yourself with remote bombs, but not when you had 11 hearts, Bluesy. And it looks like Deepwood is boss locked here. So we're gonna see a green shoe from Huffpuff.
Did we get an element check?
I
don't think we have.
I think that we did.
Yeah, there were no elements on the board, so it's not... Or nothing that requires elements. So like, there's no point in looking.
You don't really care about elements in bingo unless there's a card, like a square on a card that says something like 2 elements or 2-element pet item or something like that.
I guess you would check it like as you were going into Royal Crypt just to see if you needed to.
But pet items
go
are
to the king.
So even if you get an element,
thing, yeah.
that is progress towards pet items instead, right? So you wouldn't want to skip an element either. It's not like elements are completely useless. They are slightly less valuable than just a check, but not enough so that I would like change my decision to go for the king over it being an element or not.
Yeah, your first 2 elements are going to be worth like half an item each, and then like the last 2 will be just like a fetch quest item each.
Sure. So we saw a Castakin stone. That is number 3 for NesmaN in the Tree Ruby Cave. And I think all the other stuff was fake, but correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, there was a lot of fake items in there.
Okay, there's a bottle.
That's locked by...
that is locked by Red Sword, which as far as we know is waterlogged
Treble.
on Krenner.
Yeah.
Huffpuff could still find another sword here in Deepwood.
Or
which
another
would
bottle.
make that not
yeah.
waterlogged. Okay, there was a wallet that was free, right. So, that is helpful. There's
the
digging
mitts.
mitts. Okay.
And another bottle.
And another wallet. So that's 2 squares for NesmaN right there. Both 500 wallet and digging mitts are on the card.
I don't think NesmaN's realised that he's got the 500 wallet, or that
No.
exit goal.
Yeah, it is easy to forget about some goal while you're doing this. Set the pause for I'm now marking this goal.
It was killing Igor.
Oh, kill an Igor and Westenwood's Beanstalk. Yes, that is also the goal. Right,
Yeah.
so Westenwood's Beanstalk was actually 3 goals for NesmaN.
Yeah. Well, Huffpuff can immediately go, okay, yeah, sure, digging mitts is just in Western Woods.
Yeah. Which
But
isn't that helpful info, because are you going to not go to Western Woods once you get access? The main
Yeah,
thing
it's
is
just
that
info for Huffpuff that...
Huffpuff knows that NesmaN got access to Western Woods.
Yeah,
So
they've
Huffpuff is
got a
feeling
red
behind
sword
right
somewhere. But yeah, Huffpuff, if they're thinking about... Yeah, they don't need to worry about Cloud Tops. It's like, okay, I can go back to Cloud Tops after I've done Western Woods. And
Well,
they...
Huffpuff can't know that NesmaN wasn't up there.
Yeah, or just anywhere else that is MITS locked as well, like or has a lot of MITS locations there. They can go. They can be not so worried about it.
Let's find Western Woods access first and then go back to Criminal because Sean Cave exists, right? Like, it doesn't really work that way, does it? And there's a red sword for Huffpuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, Huffpuff may not know that NesmaN found the red sword in Krenel.
Yeah,
because
it's like, you can...
He knows that they were
kill a
there at the
Hammersaw
same
with
time. Yeah, like... Huffpuff knew NesmaN was in Krenel at the same time he was, but he doesn't know if NesmaN stayed and went to Cave of Flames, or if he bailed at the same time and is also in Deepwood and found the sword a little bit faster. And
yeah,
there's a Tingle trophy.
They won't be able to
Huffpuff...
turn that in without a cane, but
yeah, Huffpuff also went up to Cloud Tops before going to Deepwood, so Huffpuff may have thought NesmaN went to Deepwood directly and then went directly to Western
NesmaN did
Woods.
find the gas shop before Huffpuff did, so...
Yes.
Like, if NesmaN had bailed after Rain Chest, he probably still would have found the red sword at a similar time by going to Deepwood, right?
Yeah, I would say it's pretty similar time-wise, so Huffpuff's can't really narrow down exactly...
like, there is the fact that NesmaN marked killing a Helmasaur.
Yes.
But you can't just do that on Lower Krenner.
Yeah.
If you go slightly out of your way with FK, right? So that's not strong information that NesmaN went towards Cave of Flames. Is NesmaN doing a fountain?
Dumping the water. Wait, are
No,
they
he
actually
went
going
into the room with the portal first? Like,
what?
why?
What is this?
You got access to Fortress. Why go to fountain without a cane? What? Okay, that's NesmaN doing NesmaN things.
Yeah.
Oh, to get hit by a cat?
Wait, it's not on the board? Oh,
Yes,
it is on the board. Wait,
It is
what?
on the board.
Do that and go. Do that and go mode.
Yeah. Like, that is a weird priority to get out of the way first. Yeah, it's also in the same column as Kilvati, so you're not doing that. Although the row is quite nice. Like, Valley Great Fairy is just another sword away, and then there's 11 Odojo items. And they got boots, they got a bow, so they need a cane and a lantern for that? Is that it? Oh, it's Scroats. 3 more Scroats, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can aim for row 2. But also... NesmaN... Okay, no, NesmaN did just mark getting hit by a cat. So I guess he did that on the way.
And there's a mirror shield as well. I didn't see them pick up a shield. That must have been in Western Woods.
Probably. We will see Huffpuff do it if it was there. And... NesmaN, why are you going for column 1 goals? Dive... The Kiltivati is in there! Okay. Because 2 items from Stockwell shop is in the same column as get hit by a cat, but also in the same column as Kilvati.
It's also on the same row as 4 Palace Small Keys. So, like, the 2 items from Stockwell shop, I would just discount and not go for.
Yes, that is... Like... If you only had the 300 wallet, I would get buying one just so that you will just find the rupees naturally. But they have the 500 wallet, and 500 rupees is enough to buy both the cheap items. So...
Or maybe NesmaN's just doing every gold they see?
Yeah, maybe. So I wonder if Huffpuff is going to skip the wallet here, thinking, well, NesmaN didn't mark 500 wallets, so clearly that's a trap.
I don't have access to the current race room, but I'm just wondering if NesmaN has marked it eventually.
Yeah, we will find out, because, okay, Huffpuff is getting it and marking it, and that is usually the moment where you are like, oh yeah, that's on there, when your opponent marks it and you've already gotten it. But NesmaN doesn't seem to have realized so far.
There's a great spin.
Yeah, so that's another scroll, putting NesmaN at 5.
Yeah, I believe Huffpuff got scrolls that NesmaN already had, so there's only 2 more that needs to be found.
Yes. Huffpuff is basically at the same scrolls as NesmaN except for that great spin. Which, Huffpuff just got the digging mitts, but you're going to go to Cave 25 with those as soon as you can, basically. Right, so...
Yeah. Does it matter that... What else did NesmaN find in Cave of Flames? It was just that sword, right? And it was...
a bomb bag.
There was another bomb bag, yeah.
And the ocarina.
And
That's
the ocarina, that was the big
That was
one.
the one that matters.
Yeah. Alright, now Huffpuff's killing Igor as well.
Yeah. I guess you do it there. They do also... Like, Huffpuff already also has the 3 Kazakh instants, right? So...
Yes, they pick up their 3rd one in Western Woods.
So I don't know if I would even kill an Igor there and instead of just going to Fortress and doing it there.
I mean, it doesn't matter, because...
It doesn't... it's not a lot of time investment that you spend for killing it there, right? But you're going to kill an Igor anyways later, so why spend any time at all?
You may not have to kill the Igor in the Igor fight in Fortress, but yeah.
I mean, if you're going to Fortress for items, you're going to do that check.
Yeah.
So... I don't think there's a reason on the board to go to Fortress that's not for items, right?
No, there isn't a reason.
So if they went to Fortress, it would be in order to find items, so... Like a cane. Wouldn't that be a thing to find in Fortress?
Oh boy. A cane and lantern, absolutely like notorious items to find in Fortress.
I mean, for all that we know, the cane could be in, like, Graveyard. We know how they can get to Blue Sword. For Huffpuff it involves the Vanilla Path to Cave of Flames, but...
I mean, Kane could still be in School Garden with Four Sword in the Graveyard and Lantern and Graveyard Key in Fortress. That sounds cool, right?
I mean, once you got the lantern, why not put the graveyard key on Nocto?
Oh boy. Oh, sorry, School Garden is cane locked.
Yeah, School Garden is cane locked, but it could be DHC. DHC is force-out locked.
Yeah.
We can still lock things behind the force-out.
Sorry, yeah, I was gonna lantern behind.
But yeah, so yeah, DHC Vanilla Biggie Chest is nicer for the cane, anyways, right?
Oh yeah, that's super fun. Would you just kill Vati at that point?
Well, after finding the cane, I probably have better things to do. Right?
Yeah, if you find the cane and vanilla.
And without the cane, you're not killing Vati.
Yeah, like you'd find the cane, and then I don't know if it like. Say you also find the rock breaker at some point.
You already have the
you've already gone to Royal Valley.
Already done row 1 except for that.
You've already gone to Royal Valley for that reason as well. You would have already got hit by a cat.
And you also have the Flipper's Butterfly.
Yeah, and the Flipper's Butterfly. You've got the one Royal Crypt thing, so that's your go.
Yeah, okay, at that point, yes, you do kill Vati. Oh.
You can do
Why does
row
that
1,
suddenly
column
sound
1,
like something
and
that
the
could actually
diagonal.
happen instead of like some out there scenario?
Or, well, actually, no, you would probably already have column 4 as well, right? Because you would have got the Fairy in the Valley, and the Royal Crypt Key, and
yes,
probably
and
already have done
once
everything.
you have the cane, you probably just go back for Split Blade to finish then. Like, that's gonna be your last dojo item at that
Yeah, and for
point,
the
right?
dojo, yeah. Yeah, that's right. The only thing that's stopping them from all dojos right now is the cane.
And a scroll.
And, yeah, one more scroll.
And a lantern.
Yeah, and a lantern.
So, still a lot of things.
yeah, okay, right, yeah, so more than...
But we did suppose in that world that they had a lantern and...
Boy, they are both going to Fortress at the same time.
I mean, yeah, what else are you gonna do? I guess for NesmaN there's Deepwood, but... I would go to Fortress here. And there's a cane!
Oh great.
And... Huffpuff is out of there!
Yeah, I think NesmaN is gonna as well.
Probably.
Maybe because of Ocarina, it's like, oh, well, it's gonna be fast to leave.
Yeah... Like, if NesmaN is going, he would flute to Cave of Flames?
They're still going.
Yeah. Like, I think I like NesmaN continuing here.
Yeah, because of that Ocarina. I think Huffpuff really wants to go up Cave of Flames now.
Yeah. There's a decent enough
gamble.
chance that NesmaN went there to find his red sword because of the Kill Hammer Sword thing. And otherwise, you're just pushing the advantage from the cane.
Oh, right, yeah, I've also... No, Huffpuff's played this correctly. I have not handed over the Curse of the Cave of Flames to Huffpuff. They routed that properly. They bailed right, they got the cane, without having to do vanilla climb. They can go up there now and...
They're going to the fountain now, so...
You're going to Fountain. I mean, why not? You get hit by a cat on the way. There's 3 items in there.
Since Huffpuff can do Took to Left as well as all the fountain items, it makes sense.
They can do all 21 Hylia locations, right? Well, Huffpuff can't, but NesmaN can. Has NesmaN? NesmaN has.
Yes. Yes, they got the. Yeah, it's marked. Yes, They have.
Yeah.
Why can't Huffpuff? Oh,
But yeah,
right.
Huffpuff-
Library.
Huffpuff doesn't have the ocarina yet.
Yes. That's the one that's missing. So after a quick trip to Cave. Yeah, that is also interesting. So Huffpuff knows that NesmaN has the ocarina.
Like if Huffpuff takes the cane up to Cave of Flames, then he'll be able to know for sure that NesmaN did the vanilla climb earlier to get the ocarina.
Yes, and
would know that
the ocarina
they got
was
their sword there.
in the first rupees, was it?
Yeah.
So that knowledge will probably take you further. Okay.
There's a lantern.
That's a lantern in the fountain.
Oh boy.
What
Oh.
does that do?
That brings Cloudtops into logic, but also like they can go back to droplets.
They can go back to droplets. That is. We also know how they get a blue sword, which will then be.
That is
Graveyard.
enough scrolls for NesmaN now. They got the dash attack.
Yep.
They're just counting.
That is 7.
Yes, you don't need to like look at them, but yeah, just going over to the menu that says 7 there.
But NesmaN does need to go back to the fountain for all dojos. That is correct.
Yes. I've noticed that Huffpuff has been like marking goals that they know that they can do at any point. They've been using the if you right click on the bingo board, you put a little star next to it. They've been doing that recently. So like they haven't done the Helma sword.
They killed a Helma sword a while ago, and
They didn't do it, but they can mark it.
Practice as I can do this in the future. Oh, there's Rock
There's
Breaker.
a rock breaker as well. Yeah. Oh,
So-
that's not. Column 2 isn't great because of the.
Column 2 is a wallet away. They already have 2 of
Yeah.
those.
And you kind of really don't want to do row 1.
No. But column 3 is also a thing that will soon be doable for Huffpuff.
Yeah.
Or at least decently soon. I was still missing 2 scrolls.
I think there are 3 available outside
Yeah,
of.
so Huffpuff hasn't gone to Cave 25, there was a great spin there. And then NesmaN found Roller Attack somewhere, and I don't remember where. Waveblade wasn't required. The bottle in Western Woods could easily be your first if you got the sword from Deepwood.
Yeah, Deepwood to get your red sword.
Okay, so there's 2 scrolls in Cave 25 for Huffpuff, which will put him at 7.
Yeah.
Huffpuff is doing Split Blade right there, and will be able to do Grim Blade while going past there, so... then also needs to go back to Grey Blade, which... then is, like, after that you just go to Cave of Flames, right? Which will give him the Ocarina. As well as the...
It's just a really checkpoint
Blue
location.
Sword.
Yeah, that's Blue
And-
Sword.
Yeah, so that Blue Sword being the item from the Valley Great Fairy, and all 11 dojo items, as well as the 30 bomb bag, which then suddenly puts Huffpuff at 2 rows. Or 2 lines. It's row 2 and column 3.
2 bingos. They need.
And then it's either a wallet or a graveyard key or all the Cloud of Skin stones or... what else?
Yeah, they're really low
Killing
on the
Party.
Cloudtops concerns.
So 4 sword. Killing Party is, I guess, a possibility.
I guess, yeah, if they find 4 sword before wallet and before
the Cloud of Skin stones and before graveyard key.
graveyard key, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the one you're looking for is graveyard key or wallet.
Yes. Wait, actually, yeah, no,
It's
they have
the first 2 triple bingos, so they need to get 3 bingos. We haven't had any bingos yet. we have the possibility for the runners to go after a bingo right now, but they know that they're going for triple bingo, so they're still looking for items needed for that.
Do they have the possibility for going after bingo right now? Oh, I don't think they do yet, right?
No.
I don't think there are any squares in need of
Huffpuff
them as if they can get right now.
Huffpuff could meta that the blue sword is in Cave of Flames.
Yes, but blue sword
We'll give them the Great Fairy.
Bingo Huffpuff. He needs to find the other scroll at the beanstalk here before that is.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
But at that point, yes. I mean, Arrow, all those options could be in Palace, and at that point it's find all the Cloud of Skinstones, right? Like, if Palace has a Graveyard Key, a Four Sword, and a Wallet, then there are no options any longer. You just gotta go to Palace.
Yep, and that's all of the scrolls that Huffpuff needs. Huffpuff's now on 7 scrolls.
Yes, so should be prioritizing dojos to go to next. So I think in Huffpuff Seed I would go to Grimblade, go to Greyblade, dip Cave of Flames, go back to Caster. I think he's already done Great Blade. Definitely done Split Blade. I think he's done all the Swift Blade checks. Done Scarblade. And I don't think I'm forgetting one, so that should be all of them.
Yeah, it should just be Grimblade.
No, Huffpuff still needs to go for Grimblade, Greyblade, and Swiftblade the first.
Yes.
Which isn't that hard to do, but...
There's another Cloudtop's Kinstone locked behind a lantern as well. So no chance for NesmaN to out of logic Palace without a lantern.
No, that's... I mean, would you want to?
If you got all of your Kinstones,
I guess, yeah, 4 Palace Markies
it's going to be a straight up 2 bingos.
Yeah, 4 Palace Markies is right there in row 3, column 5. Giving those 2 lines to either of them. So you would go up there if you also have another line somewhere.
I guess if you also have a Graveyard Key as well, you could out of logic into Royal Crypt, grab 1 small key.
Yes.
For column 4. Or if you've got a wallet instead of a Graveyard Key, then you can do column 2.
Okay, looks like Huffpuff is going for Swiftblade the first before Greyblade. We're also seeing that dojo on NesmaN's side right now. There's no way Huffpuff doesn't go to Greyblade after this, right?
I really hope they don't
doing
go
this
to
first
Fortress.
is the play to say, and I want to go to Cave of Flames after Greyblade. And NesmaN has left Fortress.
They left Fortress. They didn't find the boss key. The boss key must have been like in one of the spots right at the back near Vanilla.
Okay. And
yeah, they only got scrolls from there. They didn't get anything.
Only 1 scroll, right?
Yeah, it was just 1 scroll, I think.
So
okay, Huffpuff, it will do the scrubs as well. just marking those off so that they could do 6 unique shops if they find another wallet.
Yeah. Not having to go around after you get the wallet when you've, like, these are on the way, right?
Yeah.
Seems like a good idea. And there's NesmaN finally buying a second item from Stockwell. So where's NesmaN going?
Is this Cloud? Oh.
This...
Oh, that might...
I was going to say it was a courtyard play, which has the lantern, right? But... Okay,
no,
following the cane instead.
We've already done
makes
the
a lot of
courtyard.
sense.
Fountain had the lantern.
Oh, Fountain had the lantern. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, NesmaN's already done
what was in courtyard
courtyard.
band boots then? It was something.
It was Gust Jar.
Right, that's... NesmaN got that first. Never mind. Mix those up, yeah. Yeah, going back to Fountain is probably not high on NesmaN's priority list.
Yeah, he's aware of that dojo goal. Just gonna
well, also,
grab the one here.
Huffpuff is about to mark that dojo goal.
Yeah. Oh, this is it, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure this is it.
Did they do Grimblade?
Apparently.
Yeah, well, they marked it.
Yeah, I mean, you would do that on the way, right? Like, Huffpuff came over from Lake and went to Castor, but went through North Hyrule Field. If you don't do Grimblade, then when I, like...
So, NesmaN now knows that Huffpuff does have the lantern, and must have also had the cane to be able to check Split Blade as well, so...
Yeah.
Because NesmaN didn't find the lantern in Fortress, well, NesmaN might think that Huffpuff found the lantern in one of the checks in Fortress that he bailed from, or he thought that Huffpuff checked other cane locations and found the lantern elsewhere.
Yeah, I don't think Huffpuff would have... Like, NesmaN knows he was first to Western Woods, right? So, I don't think he would have expected Huffpuff to be in Fortress that much earlier. To have gotten a lantern deeper than NesmaN went and already gotten all dojos off that.
Yeah, as far as NesmaN is aware, he had to have done the vanilla climb through Cave of Flames to get the Western Woods access. Oh, he's going to Deepwood!
No, because NesmaN... because Huffpuff never killed a Helmasaur. So NesmaN knows that Huffpuff did not go through Cave of Flames to get to that sword.
Well, okay.
I guess technically
Huffpuff's
you
just
can
marked
go
it
to
now.
the back first and skip this part. But, like, are you going to? You aren't, right?
No.
Is that ever a play? Like, you find a Smoky in the front end, Ocarina,
if you're me...
and you just go to the back...
Yeah.
In order to not tell your opponent that you've been to Cave of Flames. Because you avoid killing a Helmasaur?
Yeah.
Oh.
Make your opponent think that you're somewhere else and you're just really just following them.
And you kind of got the safety that you can see what your opponent marks, knowing that they've probably been there to know whether or not you need to go back. And with the Ocarina, that's... Yeah! No, you've convinced me. That is absolutely a play.
Noted.
Yeah, Myth, who are you playing against this? Have you really... No, you're playing against Sean.
I'm playing against Sean, yeah.
Yeah,
no, Huffpuff has many avenues for go at the moment. It's either Four Sword, the rest
Four Sword
of the
is the slow one.
Four Sword is the slow one. A Graveyard Key works, a Wallet works, or two more... no, three more great... Well, two more. Is it two more? Have they got the same number of...
No, they both have two
Cloudtop
Cloudtop Stones.
Yeah.
But one of the ones that each of them got is different.
Yeah. So Huffpuff has to find two more.
Two
and then
that we
also
don't
find
know
the one
about,
that...
and one that we should know about because we've seen it in this inside, but I have no idea where that was.
Exactly, yeah. Huffpuff sees that sees the sword on the floor there. It's probably thinking, yeah, NesmaN did a early Cave of Flames play. Because this is where the Ocarina was.
Based
they
on
had the bomb bag as well.
The availability of the Ocarina and the Westernwood access shortly after.
And that was Huffpuff's 30 bomb bag as well. They're probably thinking, yeah, like I remember NesmaN marked this as well before then going to Western Woods.
But Huffpuff will be able to go further into Cave of Flames if he so chooses.
Yeah. Graveyard key back here.
I equipped the Gust Jar. For the setup.
What is this?
And then you
they just set up integrate spin. Oh my god.
Okay then.
What was that?
You don't need to do a setup for Great Spin. And it looks like Huffpuff is spading.
I'm giving up on a family.
That's not how it works, Bluesy.
Oh, they're just leaving.
Yeah, you got the blue sword, right?
Yeah.
It's going for the
lake.
goals. It's going for the lake goal. It's probably going for Great Valley Ferry after.
Hoping for another item that will hit them into go.
Well, really, you're hoping for a vanilla graveyard key, right?
I see their cursor is like hovering over all lake locations at the moment, ready to click it.
Yeah, that's. I mean, this was the only one left, right? So.
Yeah. Hound chicks.
No.
Wait, graveyard.
Yeah, graveyard. You got the Valley Great Ferry on there. Yes, you're doing that.
I guess if that has your graveyard key as well, it's just
Yeah, like you're doing the first 4 checks here.
Yeah, I guess it's not too bad.
3 in graveyard, but there's 4 checks once outside.
Has he got a bingo already? Yes. Column 3.
Yes.
It was that 30 bomb bag in Cave of Flames that gave it to them. And then that's also row 2 for Huffpuff. So yeah, 1 more bingo.
Yeah. And there's that blue sword for NesmaN that he expected out of here, I would guess. Since Huffpuff's been marking the Cave of Flames stuff and then got Valley Great Ferry right out. Like, yes. You kind of knew that was there right before you got it.
Wallet is... wallet and graveyard key are the items really important.
Yeah, those are the fast ones. And then there's the possibility of Cloud of Skin Stones or Force Sword. I mean, if it was right there, Graveyard Key is still great, because you just go for the 1 Royal Crypt Small Key and it's really fast. Now that they left...
Is wallet the best to find here? Because remember, when they pick up the wallet, they need to find another 100 rupees so they can buy the item.
Yeah, they left Ruby's Ban in South Harrowfield, pretty sure. Or you go to North Harrowfield for the one obscure spot that has 100 rupees. Like, 100 rupees isn't the hard part of that.
There's NesmaN's Rock Breaker. Huffpuff remembers they know exactly where NesmaN is.
Which doesn't really help that much, because you know they have Ocarina. Like, sure, they were just there, but where are they now?
Yeah, exactly. Huffpuff... Is this Huffpuff's first play into Veil Falls? No.
Huffpuff has been here after getting the Gust Jar.
NesmaN realizes he doesn't have the lantern.
He needs a lantern. Ooh. Yeah.
Oh,
this
Huffpuff's
is going to be Huffpuff's trip.
Yeah, they're just doing blue sword checks then.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if he went to Cloudhops here.
Oh, he's going to Ocarina to the Wintercrest and Veilfalls here and then go up Cloudtops.
Yep. There it is. Well, NesmaN should know that the lantern isn't going to be here.
It could be on the first check.
No, Huffpuff got all dojos way before the item from the Valley Fairy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Like, yes, logically, Lantern could be here in any given seed, but in this seed, you know your opponent went here after they found the Lantern, so it's not.
Yeah, honestly, this was really unfortunate for NesmaN going to Fortress and it was just being completely barren.
Okay, there was the Call of Metal, and there was the Cloud Skin Stone that Huffpuff is missing that NesmaN has already got.
Yep, that's it.
So that was locked in Cloudtops.
Yeah, double dip Cloudtops.
And yeah, anything past that first chest is new, since NesmaN was here before the cape.
Is Huffpuff doing the right decision here of going through Cloudtops and doing these checks? Is Droplets not the better play?
I don't hate Cloudtops here. You get some of the back fusions, so that if you get Kinstones as go mode, you are faster to Palace. Although Huffpuff is skipping the fusion there,
I agree with Huffpuff here, skip the fusions, because you got 2 Kinstones left to find, whereas one of 3 other items.
That one at the top left is the slowest one to get to. I would have done that one at least.
Yeah, that's the one you do.
And Huffpuff just skipped it.
Alright, NesmaN has decided to go back to Fountain, and they will find a lantern. Is NesmaN gonna just take that lantern and run with it into Droplets? Or, I think they'll do the dojo first, and then...
Yeah, they will do the dojo first, which will then tell Huffpuff that NesmaN found that.
Yeah, NesmaN was not happy about that. Just did a little angry spin. Huffpuff is doing the meme, they got the book, so directly to Yellari it is.
I mean, wouldn't you?
Oh my god, if Yellari has Yugoven.
What do we want Yellari to have? Come on, force it on Yellari! Yeah. Put force out on Yellari for the slow go modes.
Would you do School Garden first before that, just to make sure? Okay.
Yes.
But yeah, if you get Force Sword right now, I think you would do School Garden first, right? Because you might just find Graveyard Key or something, and then or a wallet and.
Or a wallet. Yeah. That sounds right.
Just give you an out instead of having to waste like 10 minutes.
Is it 10 minutes?
It's about 10 minutes to go through.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
You have to find the boss key. It's definitely more than 10 minutes then.
That's a new Cloud of Skinstone, right?
That is, yeah.
So one more of those.
Yeah. So, yeah, Huffpuff does need to find Trilby and go to Trilby and the figurine house.
Which they should not be leaving town without having done the figurine house.
They are perfectly tied up on bingos, by the way, or goals on the board.
Yes.
It's literally whoever finds.
Here we see NesmaN doing something that Huffpuff will definitely not do.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's nothing.
Hashtag never punished.
Imagine if that was the fourth sword.
Oh my god, yeah.
And then Huffpuff found another go mode while NesmaN was doing that. But no, that's not the world we live in. Huffpuff not even checking the visible item there. I would have. Like, yes, fourth sword is go mode, but it's so slow, like, if you see a water there, you're going for that, definitely.
NesmaN's also going to do the same thing that Huffpuff just did. Mitts and blue sword check in Veil Falls, and then...
Yeah, is NesmaN going to do any fusions? At 3 Kinstones.
Oh, wait, what is this? Wait, why didn't he just Ocarina? Okay, he just walked a slow way at Veil Falls.
Sure. So Huffpuff is finding that Kinstone in Trilby, but didn't go to the figurine house.
Figurine house is so easy to forget. It's like with Rem as well.
Yes, but it's also... it's 4 checks!
The mark is right by Simon, so you see a blue spot there and it's like, oh, that's Simon, I don't care. But it's like, no, it's the figurine shop.
Wait.
What?
Wait, what?
NesmaN? NesmaN didn't go on the right chest!
That's go mode, right?
That's go mode, yeah. Huffpuff's done.
Huffpuff just needs to collect 100 rupees,
he's going to the...
He's going to the rupee cave here. Yep, there's 200, and your quick warp is at town. Don't... Okay, he's fluting to town, but also your quick warp is still at the left exit to town.
Yes, it's about the same. NesmaN could have won.
Oh.
And then that's GG for Huffpuff.
Yep, this is GG. And... don't know how long...
I need to go back and see the replay of that. Did NesmaN really just only grab one of the chests from the cave?
Well... we do have both runners in the waiting room for an interview, so let's drag them in. GG's?
I think that's the most confusing end to a scene I've ever seen.
Tell me about it.
So, NesmaN.
Yes?
You went to Trilby Digging.
Yes?
And did the left chest in the left cave.
Yes?
And got a Kinstone there.
Yeah.
And did not do the right chest in that same cave.
Nah, Percy was far more important.
Can't believe you did
Okay.
No, I honestly, for some reason, I don't know why I brain farted it. I thought I'd got it. But obviously, I'd not. I mean, face it, I went up to do the dojo thinking I had Lantern when I didn't. I had a blue sword.
Yeah. We noticed that.
And then I immediately find Lantern after doing Out of Logic Dampe, which was awesome.
Yeah.
My brain was hurting from all the metagaming.
I mean, the metagame was rich this seed, right? So,
oh, yeah.
Like, Huffpuff, did you know that NesmaN went to Cave of Flames to Vanilla Path and got a red sword there? Yeah.
I knew as soon as I saw him get Helmasaur.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and because Huffpuff did Western Woods but had not got the 30 bomb bag or the Helmasaur, I was like, right, there's a sword in Deepwood then. Because there was very few locations left.
Yeah, we didn't see that. Yeah. Did you know at the time that they had to have got it from Deepwood, or was it only afterwards that you went back to Deepwood, found the sword there, and went, right, this is the sword that Huffpuff got?
No, I just completely forgot, because when he did Western Woods, I was like, right, what locations did I not do? And it was Lower Krenel, but as Myth says, there's never anything in Lower Krenel. So I was like, right, it's going to be in Deepwood because we had Gustjar. So I was like, I'm going to bank on it being in Deepwood Shrine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My brain hurts from all this metagaming.
I mean, bingo is like the perfect example of you basically metagame the whole seed.
Oh yeah.
Because you see the board.
Yeah.
No, bingo is definitely a
Just
very
90%
different
of the
experience from other
time.
races because
Like
of
hint
that factor.
light.
Yeah, just 90% of
Yeah.
the time you're metagaming off a cliff. It's fine.
You guys like the part at the start where I ran into the first octo I saw?
Yeah, just killed yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
NesmaN,
Yes,
Any
Blue's.
spoiler log requests?
You killed
yes,
yourself.
Warsword.
NesmaN killed themselves in Cave of Flames by jumping into lava.
Yeah.
And it was very slow.
Yeah.
I know.
That-
I
There's so
wanted to do
many
something to annoy comms.
Well, it worked.
Graveyard key was in droplets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh come on.
Oh,
Yeah.
That would have
God.
worked.
But to find out
Right,
the force
Rooty
split.
Pal.
Palace.
Okay,
Oh,
also
oh,
in
oh.
Palace.
Always in
and
Palace.
Oh, that's
the
deep in
last
Palace.
Kinstone.
We have one unknown Kinstone.
We knew the one
Is
in
it on
Trilby, Figurine House. Other stuff were really early.
Yeah.
That's why if it's the only checks in Fortress I didn't get.
I'm gonna laugh
Oh
at
yeah,
this
yeah.
one,
It was
but,
really unfortunate that Fortress was just barren. There was like a scroll but you'd already had 7 scrolls.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
literally bailed Wind Runes after getting the cane.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
that worked
tempted
so
on
well.
doing that. I was so tempted on doing that, but Lanterns turned up in Fortress too many times for me.
yeah. I was also betting that Lantern was going to be in Fortress as well, but Huffpuff, you hadn't touched Fountains, so then that was a decent place for you to go to, and then the Lantern was
Yeah.
in there.
I mean, I need to get hit by a cat anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Hit from his basement, of course.
Cave of Flames basement.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, both of you bailed.
Yeah.
I mean,
I thought
Nesman had to.
Nesman did do.
Nesman had to bail.
Well, no,
but...
NesmaN
Oh,
went
didn't have
there
cane,
before Kane.
right.
No,
Didn't have Kane.
I went to Cave of Flames the somewhat stupid way.
Yeah, Nesman didn't have Kane. He had no choice but to bail.
I'd say doing Vanilla Climb worked out alright. Like, there was a sword there.
There was a sword there, there was an ocarina there. It
Yeah.
worked really well.
Yeah.
But not doing it also worked, right? You got a sword
Yeah.
elsewhere, so.
Like, literally, I just went to anywhere but Cave of Flames because, like, if there's nothing outside, I'm already done. So, may as well bet on it.
Oh, well, I always like to gamble Cave of Flames, especially if there's Vanilla Climb involved.
We were sitting here thinking that if you find when Huffpuff went and checked Yolari, it's like, let's go, force her on Yolari, have to do kill Fanny.
Would you have gone
Would
for
I
that, or would you
have?
have looked for other things?
Might have. I don't know, honestly. I want to say I would for the meme, but...
I mean, given
It's
that
so long.
NesmaN
It's like-
completely skipped
Yeah.
that one,
It's like
you probably
15
would have
to
gone
18 minutes.
Oh, believe me, when we were watching it, I burst out laughing when I literally got the left chest and just completely vanished from the location and decided to do Percy instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I glanced over and saw you grabbed that chest and clicked well and was like, okay, they got the right chest first. And then when we were watching Huffpuff go through there and go through backwards, we just weren't expecting to be anything
No,
on that
that
chest.
wallet was a. What? Did we misremember NesmaN doing this? What?
It's like then I started thinking like, wait, NesmaN got that, then they must have not got a wallet earlier. But
Yeah, I was literally trying to figure out with Huffpuff because Huffpuff told me it was in Trilby, and I'm like, wait a minute, I did Trilby.
Yeah.
He's like, oh no, I didn't do Trilby as I was watching.
Percy, he's a bad influence. It's a
Hot
curse.
Bluesy's happy that I finished getting the nut.
Oh, I did like the nut. Good nut.
Oh, I didn't want to go Vale Falls, but I thought, right, that's my last opportunity to find something.
I mean, Huffpuff had already been there.
Yeah.
I know, I kinda in a way gathered that, but I didn't know if like got a full sword or anything from it. To get like
Yeah.
the wallet from town or something.
Yeah.
To get Kilvati
Yeah.
that he has been doing since all that time and
Yeah.
just slowly
Huffpuff
going.
jinxed it to be there. He jinxed
But I
the
said I wanted to
Kilvati.
see the funny, and we got the funny.
We got Kilvati,
Oh,
get hit by
we got
cat, and
die
die on
by
the same
cat.
card. It's pretty good.
It's a blessed card. No Western Woods, no Percy to be seen anywhere.
Oh god.
Well, are we handing out bans for this seed, or is everything fine?
No, there were too many memes on the card for this to be banned.
All
Nah, I
right.
wouldn't ban it. It was quite a nice seed.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think the runners should get banned.
I know Bluesy banned me before the actually before the race.
Wait, so
Okay.
who is it specifically you're thinking of?
Both of you.
Oh dear.
Ban points for the runners. Got it. No. Well, anything else to say about the seed before we wrap things up?
Skip Percy.
Always
I mean-
skip Percy.
Always.
Says the person who bailed to skip to check Percy.
I have a feeling Nesman might now be converted to the skip Percy.
I think so.
And always remember, a blue sword is not a red lantern.
Well, I think that will do it for us then. Is there still more races of round 3, or are we about to be moving into round 4?
There's the other off. Sean versus
Round 3 is not that deep into it, right?
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess it's kind of is, but
Kind of is.
there is another race on Monday, is it? Myth, you would know.
Yeah, I am racing on Monday.
Yeah. That has a restream slot. There are 2 other races outstanding. I don't think they are scheduled to be restreamed on ZSR.
I don't think so. There's there's a couple on. No, there's one on Tuesday. But right now has no restream plans.
Yeah, there's another race tonight and one on Tuesday, and neither of those is scheduled to be restreamed on ZSR.
Yep.
But we do have Sean versus Myth on Monday
That'd be a good.
at 2 p.m. Eastern.
It's off
Yep,
part
so-
2.
Yeah, so definitely be here for that. And I think with that, we'll be signing off. GG's, everybody.
GG's.
GG's.
GG's.